Well, I'm on Facebook.
You know how many other people are on there?
On Twitter?
Yeah.
We're at IW. Guess what I do?
You just hold it. I already got it started. So what you'll see is you'll start seeing people come online here.
Yeah.
And they'll just start watching. It saves so that people can watch it later too.
So
You just go around and
how long do I do this for?
however you want to. I'll switch off.
You can stream the whole thing. You can go sideways too. Yeah, you can stream the entire thing. Just walk around and look at it. You can do commentary.
I ain't doing no commentary.
That's what I did on Thursday. We just walked around recording streaming our
this
little.
Is on Twitter?
It's through Twitter. It's Periscope.
Oh,
it's like a live Twitter.
Cool.
Yeah. It's that wrap. You know what I mean? Like it wraps around.
Okay.
That's nasty.
You guys want to see it live?
See it in action.
Not live, but in action.
So, this is Scotty. This is every single tournament he does this. Like I said, shoulders like 10 in a row. Right? So he's in the half guard, drops his leg. So the guy on top right here, just inside control. The ref's probably even giving him 3 points for a pass. And then you can see him. Yeah.
Such a nasty joke.
I said I always Google Scott Seabright and it's just big. You can see everyone just laying. Look at this guy's legs out. Scott Seabright strikes again. It's just rinse and repeat. Last week, you can see how half the time. Now we're going to show the top side version next too, and you can see how just asleep every single time. Yep. Yeah. Actually, let's should we circle up real quick?
Bring it!
That's a great point because grips.
Sweet, pass from the
By the
guard.
way, we do this circuit, but over the years I have seen tons of cool grips. Now, in a way, that's like almost a two-finger. The whole key is being able to make as much space here so that you get that nice wide hole, right? So, if you do the old two-finger grab, Aaron Bridges used to put his thumb here, grab like this. It was like I've seen Luke Summerfield used to do this one. Now, I don't ever recommend this grip because we've heard if you fall on that, that's just like finger sap. But he would do it like this. So there are many ways. So have a little fun with that. Play with the grip, whatever can make the widest hole right there. So as you're working with your wrist strength, have a little fun. There's no set way. Like I said, I've seen all these crazy, different but just keep playing with it a little bit. The bigger hole you got there, the more the neck fits in there. The biggest thing, if you don't have the wrist flexibility, it will clamp on that neck and it won't connect. So my wrists are flexible. See, my elbows aren't touching. But if I have that flexible wrist, see how it matches right there. By the way, like I said, we'll be in MMA and we'll lock this and we'll sit down into it from standing. That was how we hit it in the tournament. So you can hit it from standing even, from like a movie Thai fly, and just fall down right into it. So have fun. There's like 2 fingers grab them. What that does is it just kind of gives you a nice little wider hole. All right. It all depends on, is your wrist more flexible, your fingers strong, different games like that. Like I said, there's even crazier things, like I said, I've seen over the years, and they all work great. Just guys rolling up. Now, should we try a high side version just for fun? Sure. And then we can link these two. Now, I like this one during passes and all sorts of stuff, but what we can do here on top is the exact same thing. And in a way, it's a track also. So, when you guys are in side control, which you You've all been in. Got the underhook here. Same idea here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my knee and slowly give up what's holding him down. First things first, my knee's there, and then now I do want him to get under. I don't want him to get it so good and fast. I lose it. So what I like to do is I like to, from here, I'll come on the inside right here before I give up my top position yet. So see how I'm on the inside? That way, as I bring my knee up, he slides into me a little bit. So I actually want him to turn into me here. And, you know, in a way, if I was just here normally, this is a good start for him. He's got an underhook on me, he can come to single leg, he can re-guard, he can do all sorts of good stuff right here. He can pop, take it back. Bad news, giving up the underhook. Unless you're doing it on purpose. So I'm here, I'll kind of get this, I'll slide on the inside of it. Now this holds him down just enough that when I come up now, I'm going to slide. Watch my right arm, slide down. As it comes into me, I want him to turn it into the choke. If he just laid there like a dead fish, I'd be smashing. That's kind of the sideways version of what you guys were just doing. We don't want to smash the trachea. So as it turns into me, same grip. All right, and in a way, once again, he thinks he's coming up. He thinks he's got a good job going on. So what I want to do right here, everything's looking good. My B is in the right spot. It's actually better on the bottom because gravity helps you up. So here, if I want to finish it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprawl and switch my hips. That one is super tight. Now, you notice, just like a good sprawl here, my butt's off the ground. The only thing touching the ground are my toes. That way, just like in a sprawl, all the pressure is on it. Now we got a guy, Josh Moody. There's a tournament up in the UP maybe last month, and they had this like every division you win money. He in the finals used this move on like a 250-pound heavyweight guy. Side shoulder to the middle, hits it, sprawls out, and the guy's like, "What the heck is that?" You know? And that was submission only too. And the other guy hadn't been submitted all day long, so it's kind of cool to use this one. When you can submit a guy when he doesn't know what's coming. There's no defense. He doesn't defend because he doesn't even know what's coming. So, one more time on that, at least. So, I'm in here. Now, like I said, I like to maybe work around a little bit. I'll purposely come on the inside a little bit. This will slow his underhook down a little bit. That way, he doesn't get too deep before I'm ready. So, now I'm going to bring my knees up a little bit. It starts driving into me a little bit. I'm going to purposely let him come in, you know, toward me. I want this angle. All right, because my elbows will lock up there. So I'm sliding off that bicep. Now, I want to drop my elbow. Watch where my shoulder goes. Into him, and I'm going to sprawl out and switch my hips. Now, I'm purposely not choke him. So you can see here, this is a lot of pressure, right? Keep coming at me. You can. I got a beautiful sprawl. So now, when I finally do go for the choke, say goodnight. By the way, just to show without choking him here, take a look at this. Looks pretty familiar, upside down. And sometimes you get rolled over. And just to show you, can I use him one last time? Let's say I got him in the choke, and he switched himself. All right? It happens a lot. I'll hit it on the top. So, being able to do it on the top and the bottom is going to round out your game. So, that one last video of Scotty choking that guy out, he went from the top, bottom, and then sometimes the guy's unconscious as he falls over. But this is actually a good defense. If you're on the bottom in the last move, try that. By the way, this is one of our first defenses. You'd be caught in this, and you're going out, so what you do is you sweep your step. And turns out I'm not out of it. So, but if you don't know the top version, you are.
You're going to be outside.
That's it. At least I survived. But if you can finish just kind of like a Kimura, after the Kimura, finish it on top, or like a Mount Guild here, something like that. So let's try that topside version one, and that way we'll round out your game. And just to show, I'm not to screw you up too much, but like I said, I like you guys to do like slide passes and stuff like that. So let's say I'm down here and I'm hitting some kind of a slide pass, and he's coming up. See, it's just so good underhookers. I can. All right, can't beat the underhook. Take the neck. All right, so let's give that a try for good side control.
What's that? No, not at all. Yeah.
We just started the cross.
Yeah, let's stop. Now,
So I found this joke, and he started hitting it. So I immediately, anytime when he goes to pass it, you tuck your hand in and stop.
Even if it doesn't work, it's already
Yeah, exactly.
Switch hips. That looked better. Feel better?
Hey, hold up for a second. What's your Twitter thing?
So it's JitzLive LAX.
This is the risky. If you screw it up,
All right.
LAX.
move, but what is it?
Nope, you're keeping all your weight down. Now, I go.
Oh, not tweets. Look for people.
You want to get this here. Just pull yourself there.
Search, right?
Yeah. Should be able to search for people. Might not register yet. We just created it this morning.
Oh, this morning.
Yeah.
And here's our
Ironworks one?
it's Ironworks TC.
Ironworks TC.
Yeah, Ironworks
Change.
TC.
Ironworks TC. Dun, 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 dun. Money. Show us how it's done.
No, remember guys, we're not trying to get the trade yet, but in a real fight or something like that, if you did get the trade yet,
I gotta turn in anymore.
Yeah, it's once they hit that underhook.
Volkman was pretty good last night. Jacob Volkman.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he freaking, that Zach Otto from,
Yep.
just killed him. I mean, it wasn't even close. I think he choked him out in the first or second round.
Well, you think Brock's gonna go back though to fighting again? Getting knocked out in the third like that?
He told us that he's got one left. He said it's coming to an end, but he's got one left.
I don't know, man. I can see it in his face, dude.
Yeah.
Like when I see Brock, I just see it in his face.
it's gonna, yeah. And your wrist feels
Guy
sore today?
leg kicked him with a left and then left hook and just dropped him.
Lights out.
He was pretty pissed.
Go back to your stall.
So when you sprawl, make sure like you're coming into him. Put your shoulder into him, but don't sit too far forward. Right. Sit back and get your, because if he's strong enough, he's gonna come back up on top of you.
Okay.
Right? Because all you got to do is pyramid out when he's sitting that far up. Now, granted, you might be going out in the process, but.
And now, if you guys are getting it, like I said, let's say you're having a little trouble.
Oh yeah, you heard him say you got
Yourself,
ticket coming
and hit
over.
the bottom
Oh,
of
it's a pain in the
Guy
ass.
that likes the bottom, he'll start on top, sweep yourself, hit the bottom of it.
Got this girl here. She just signed up last night.
Oh, for the tournament?
No,
For
for
here?
For Ironworks, yeah.
Oh,
she's
cool.
a member here now. She's fighting on her August show.
I've never seen her before.
She's from Chicago. She moved to lacrosse. She was supposed to be gonna join Rick Mueller's new gym in lacrosse.
Oh, that never even happened, did it?
I know she's been waiting and he's been thinking her around. So she said finally she's like, screw it, I need to get training. So she came over here. And she's fighting that girl that Mackenzie beat.
Oh, that should be good. Ooh,
As my wrist
Check this
gets
out.
Flexible. I will actually turn it me a little bit. Yeah, so I'll actually start even turning. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I'm just moving my body a little bit more. Now you have to have that wrist flexibility a little bit better to start stepping over. What's really happening there, if this is good, just keep going, it just starts twisting even more. And that's actually in the gi.
Yeah.
That's how they finish. It's actually, we'll call it new school in the gi, even though that was like new school like 10 years ago. That's how they started finishing baseball chokes in the gi from side control and stuff. They would go to the north-south, put their head on the mat, and finish. See how that just crosses your arms without even doing any effort? So if I have a choke in, shoot, I got my baseball bat choke in the gi, they'll kind of spin north-south, put their head down, and it just crosses itself, which saves you squeezing it. Yeah, you gotta, once your wrist gets stronger, you can do that. That's a little more advanced though. And Scotty, I'll go live. Scotty can do it to the point where, let's say you mount me, and I screw up. He will go upside down right here. And he'll sit there, and sometimes he's sitting there, and the guy's like sleeping on top of him, he's like, he's out. And let go. So it doesn't matter if you were taking my nap.
It's nasty.
At Waukesha, like 5 years ago or so, they had this Brazilian guy come in here. And his move, he would in the guard, would get the baseball choke, and in the guard just spin and give up the back. And he was choking out Jack and all over here. This is like his signature move in the gi. This guy started doing no-gi. He would go for it while mounted. He'd be mounted, and just go with the back, and it kind of twists it. But you gotta have that like a little more developed for this one.
Biddle tried that on me.
It's not exactly. We're getting to the point where it gets a little so like, you know, it's not something you should purposely go for. You know, here, mount me.
You don't know how to get out of mount.
You get in here, you grip brace in here.
You can go sideways too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Just wider.
Don't,
Something like that. They have to move their phones too, but that's okay.
Biggest thing, guys, is you're gonna get more flexible.
How are you savages doing over here?
You're gonna be a little more, a little less.
There you go. Way to pinch those elbows.
What's that?
You guys are learning all my tricks now.
Yeah, right.
It's money though, isn't it?
No, absolutely.
And if nothing else, understand too, just like Eric was saying, it's going to cause people to start moving. Okay, pinch those elbows together. Boom. There you go. Yeah. The biggest concern isn't necessarily trying to push this together. It's closing that triangle up and getting your elbows together.
Right. We were having a problem. We were getting too deep. Yeah, we were trying to put like this part of the wrist on the back of the neck and then just really crank into it.
Yep.
It seems better to put like the top of your hand on the back of there.
So now, CJ, you can do something that most guys won't be able to do, and I'll show you my trick for that one. Hey, you want to do that and roll next this one? Can you show me that one? So do that, and this time pop over, try to pop over, and you just come up into the side control version.
Oh, okay. So I'll try to spin on this.
Boom, tuck, boom, in, he comes up, now you're up, sit. How'd that feel?
It felt rough.
Couple of manimals over here.
So you hit the sprawl, hit a real good sprawl, then sit through.
John was doing the opposite. He was sitting through right away, and I get the sprawl.
That sprawl,
Yeah.
Michael, here, hold this on. I want to try something on Johnny here.
Is it going?
Bring it in!
Okay. I just want to, I've never tried my grip that way.
Like I said, we did the standing version. That's been done in
See,
competition now.
I can use that then.
You can go top, bottom, top, and can you do it one more time? There's a few other versions, and this is a little more advanced once you get a lot of flexibility. You'll be here sometimes, and let's say you're having a little hard time sprawling or something like that. What I'll do is I'll actually step north-south, and I'll come down like this. Look at that cross naturally right there. Now, you can see on my wrist there, I've got that down, actually wasn't squeezing at all. The spin did the squeeze. So if I'm 90, that's great, and even when you sit through, it kind of goes a little bit past. But if you can go all the way to that side, it gets even better. And then, can I show you that mountain version? So sometimes Scotty will be here, and sometimes he'll step over to the mount, and then you're like, oh, I lost it. But Scotty will literally go upside down and just keep, like, there, you can put the hooks in, and he will finish. And then he's sitting there going like, I think you'll let go, and like, I think he's out, ref, you know. So, even if he mounts you, you're still good. If he takes your back, you're still good. But you got to have that grip strength. And like I said, nothing's 100%. So sometimes it does fail, and this is a little higher risk. You screw up one of these, now you're mounted. You screw up the one, you pass your guard. You screw up the one from top, he might have your back. So get it down in the gym. Look for it more here and there, unless you're Scotty, you know, where he likes the weird stuff. So don't get too, hopefully you're doing more like, okay, I'm losing he's going to pass anyways. Shoot. I'm losing the underhook anyways. Shoot. You know, that's how I start to do it. So, any other questions, concerns, moves you guys want to work on? Problems?
I hear you got a pretty good head and arm choke.
That's kind of my signature, I guess. Let's talk about maybe a cool way to set it up first, and then
Sure.
How we can, how I finish it, and how, like, I actually, you know, there's 3 or 4 different ways I finish it, but let's talk about a way to set it up. All right, now I'm going to go to the mount. You're in the mount. Mountain, especially when you can't punch a guy, in no-gi, there's not a lot of options, right? You get this guy kind of, you know, you're looking for arms, and there's not much you can do. So what I like to do is go for the Americana. Now, everyone knows the Americana is not a high percentage move by any means. All right? That's it. I don't care. I'm just getting it, trying to get in the move. So when I'm here, you're here having fun. I'm going to take one arm, boom, pin it to the ground. Now, what is the Americana first? Dropping that elbow, sliding underneath, shooting my hips in, and I'm finishing that Americana. You still see that in the UFC sometimes. John Jones beat Victor with the Americana. So it happens, especially when you tire a guy out. But it's not going to be terribly high percentage. Now, when I pin this arm down, 2 things normally happen. And we can actually go through both of them. Thing number 1, which we'll go first, is they straighten their arm out. Because I want to keep it bent. I can't even bend, you know. So if he wants to straighten it out, that's great for me. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my head on the mat right under his elbow. So he gave me this window. Now, when he's actually bent like this, I can't do it. So as I'm trying to hit it, a lot of times he'll straighten it out, which is actually a good idea. If you want to defend a Kimura Americana, straighten it out. Doesn't mean you can't get a different move, but that happens all the time. So I'm expecting that. I'm expecting 1 of 2 defenses when I pin someone like this. So when I'm in the mount, I like to go for this a lot, even in fighting and stuff, just to start to see what he does. So if he straightens his arm out, especially strong guys, that's all I need. I'm going to put my head on the mat, right under the elbow. All right? Now, the higher the better, just because of your neck. You don't want your neck back like this. It's not good. So just put my foot on the mat. I'm pretty comfortable. All right? No neck pain. Now, I've been doing this a long time, so my neck is strong and built like this. But you guys will all get a good wrestler neck after a while. But when I put my forehead on the mat, it's strong. If I put the top of my head, that could actually hurt me. So make sure that's why we want this advancement. So I put my head down, I'm actually pretty comfortable. All right? Now, after I put my head down, I'm just going to scoop my hand under here. And now, if I get to this point in a match, I consider it like 90% good from here on out. All right? It is over. And if he doesn't do that defense, I'm just going to Americano him. So, pinning that sucker down. Like I said, he's up by 2-on-1. Boom, all my weight. I'm going to start going for it. And he starts training. That's right. It's all trap anyways. Put my head on the mat. No, that's it. Try to work it out as much as possible with that forehead. Very stable. The mat is my friend. All right? I don't need a strong neck. The mat is kind of pinning in there. Now my right hand's going to work its way underneath. Sometimes you got to go under the little mat hole. Sometimes you just work it under. Now, I'm pretty good right now. Now, before I jump off, I want to advance a little bit more. So, sometimes this guy wiggles around a little bit. I like to use myself as an anaconda. You know, let him wear himself out. Let him make. He tries to move down 1 inch, and I just advance it. He moves around again. I advance it again. You can do that by slowly losing position. So I'm going to advance it. I can use my free hand here, inch by inch by inch. But it reaches a certain point where I'm pretty high up. I'm eventually going to have to hop off. So if I can get it kind of near my ear, that's a good time to hop off. Now, of course, if I just jump off, then I can catch me in half guard. So the best way to get off is get on the toes, slide your knee through. And see how you can shield over here. Oh, get out of there, pretty safe. Now, same game. Working my way up. He can put his hand down. Once again, I'm just an anaconda, so I'm working. When I get head to head, notice my head follows the mat, touches his head. Oh, it's over now, right? Now, I'm going to slide my hand through, lock an S grip or a gable grip. Now, I'm going to show you the basic way at first. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to get on my toes, drive in, and watch where my shoulder goes, right into his neck. All right? Now, we're going to talk more about different ways to add more pressure. But if you take a look right here, when I have that locked up, that's a big hole. But when I get on my toes and drive in, watch where my shoulder goes. That shuts that triangle down and puts me right over the top, right into the blood. And it's actually super low energy. All right? And you can see how it lines up beautifully. Everything goes from wide to straight over. That's going to shorten, make it perfect. All right? So I'm here, working head to head, get on the toes, drive in. And now what I'm doing here, guys, notice how I'm actually sprawled to some degree. Nothing's touching the ground but my toes, and I'm sprawled down. All right? So let's try it one more time. Now I'm going to show different ways to tighten it more, because sometimes people are super skinny, sometimes you're really skinny, so there's a bigger hole in there, and we'll show what to do next. So, one of my favorite, just low-risk setups, 2-on-1, boom. I start working in, he starts straightening his arm out defensively. Good idea too, if you're going to get Americana, you don't want your arm bent. Put my head down, start working under, start priming. I call this like a spatula. Right? I kind of get it near my ear, toes, slide through. Now, even if he gets my foot right here, that's nothing, right? You can see how easy that was with no half guard. Slide down, work. Now, come here, inch. When my head touches his head, I'm good. I can use this hand, I'm in no rush, palm down, slide it underneath, lock my hands. Now here's the fun part. I'm going to get on my toes, drive in, watch where my shoulder goes, and it's beautiful. All right? Now my first fight, UFC fight, I used this, and the guy went out unconscious, and like, I'll also take a deep breath in, and like when you know you have it to expand that lung, that rib cage, count to 10, and they're going to be going to sleep. All right? Now, let's give that a try, guys. If you're not getting it, some skinnier people might need a little bonus stuff. We'll talk about that next. All right? Easy setup.
3. Thanks. I was missing it, dude. I was like, man, this is screwing me up. All right. Hold that phone. Thanks, man. Come on. It's pretty clear.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is next. Once your head's on the ground, next straight. Yep. Now just start lifting it up. Nice and easy. Don't try to lift me. That's it. Just a little bit towards my head.
Much more energy.
Yep. No.
You'll see most guys. Yep. You see you finish. This one easier, a little more. Almost no back. Sitting on.
That worked way too hard. Head down. It doesn't matter.
First time I had that.
It doesn't matter.
We can talk about that hand.
It didn't matter that first one. Still
Yeah, the hand doesn't stop me. If it does, I try to get it clear, just for technique's sake. Somebody, but 99% of the time I can finish somebody with their hand. Just because what it really is, I just got to shut that door. My shoulder's here, and you can see it's still holding. Now this kind of stuff, when it says grabbing here, that is defense. The hand, I call that putting your finger in the dam. You're still in the water's death path. You can slow me down, but you're gonna die. If you put your finger in the dam, or
That's more with the finger in the dam.
or you get the heck out of the way.
Does your hip position matter?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next when we start off. What I do, right here, I'm gonna drive it actually. Drop my knees right in like this. So kind of small. What I do is switch my hips a little bit, drive in a little bit like this. Okay. That's it. Sometimes I actually go this way too. I'll put like a little like this. You see Eddie Bravo does like a knee on stomach? Yeah. I won't do a knee on stomach per se, and this won't be the most. I like it when my hips are away, but sometimes I'll kind of get like this. So I have like a little lock of that hip, but I actually think the best power is right here. Yeah, see I'm dropping my right hip. Really just puts, you can feel the weight drop.
You don't care about touching the elbow or nothing.
Which one? Nope. What I'm thinking is like, I'm almost thinking like an half pyramid. Like, so what I'm gonna do is take the whole pyramid. I like the ice grip actually, because I got easy grip and big dudes. So, cable grip. Some people go all the way here, but I'm usually with big guys, so I'm always down here. And I'm just looking to drive that shoulder in. So I keep both elbows. See, I can't get rolled either. Got a nice wide. Some people like this, and then they get rolled over.
Yeah, that's all wrong.
Especially with these big animals. Some of the heaviest. I'm usually, I'm a big guy, but I do a lot of like nog absolutes and stuff. Where you pass, you got this one locked off. That's what I was going to do.
You got a fight coming up soon, though, yeah?
I'm probably fighting for sure in September and October.
Okay.
And then maybe in August.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I might do 3 in a row. We'll see.
You chosen few?
Chosen few in September.
Okay.
And then,
I think I might try to come to that one.
Turtle Lake, ever heard of it?
Oh, yeah.
Is it up
Yep.
north somewhere?
Yep, that's up north, yeah.
That one's in October.
Is that for his Mrotech setting that one up? Okay.
So he's setting that one. That one's, the guy Madison's more of a journeyman type guy. That guy's the guy in Turtle Lakes is a little bit tougher. So.
Who's that?
Some guy from Michigan. He's got like a pretty good record,
Okay.
like 10-6, 10-7. But
Okay.
so all his losses are real tough guys.
Tough guys,
so
yeah.
He's got a few good wins too. So.
Yeah, we got our show coming up in August. We got probably.
Yeah, I saw it in the bathroom.
Yeah. It should be pretty good.
Where do you guys? Where is it?
That one's going to be. It's an outdoor event at the new baseball stadium here.
Was there remember Combat USA?
Yep.
Was there one here?
Not that I know of,
Maybe it
no.
was near. Because I'm trying to think of maybe it was Eau Claire, but there was like a city like near one of those where they had like this one of the Combat USA.
Keep that head on the ground. There you go. Yep, sprawl.
All right, guys, real quick. Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. And
Here you go, Eric.
can I use you? Now, even at my weight class, sometimes you get skinny guys. Sometimes you're a skinnier guy. Can I use you? Just 'cause you're pretty skinny. So, yeah, hop down. Now, when I'm inside control, or when it's all, everything's looking good, I've got it set up, and I'm here, and I'm working, and I'm getting make sure your right elbow's on the mat. If your elbow is up at all, you can see that V of my elbow is right where the blood is. That is horrible, right? It's going to be fine. So, just get it right there. Now my bicep is on the blood. Elbow up at all. It's not in the right spot. That's what I'm looking for. Everything's good. Right now, I like to finish with this nice wide elbow base. And partly because I grapple a lot of real big guys, strong guys, wrestlers. And if I tuck this elbow in, sometimes I get rolled into and I have no base to my left. It doesn't seem very important here, but when I'm here, I have that nice wide base. Doesn't mean this isn't good and I can tighten it up, but when I got this wide base, it doesn't affect me much. Now, let's say we got a nice skinnier guy, maybe I'm a little skinny, it's just not lined up. One of my old training partners, remember Chris Center, Ian? Mm-hmm. He was 155 pounds of just scrambly, bony, but he was awesome. And I'd get him in this, and he just fit in there, he's too small. So what I needed to do is I need to tighten it up. Now this could be any of you guys at any point, you just need more tight. I'm trying it, not working. What's nice about this finish too, it's low energy. Just to show you guys, by the way, the old school one. You guys have probably all done this one. Katakatani, boom. Right? That is a beautiful move. I don't like that one because it's a lot of squeezing, you're sitting through, your base comes up. And with big guys, just over the years, getting rolled. Trust me, if you get that on 90% of the guys, it's over. But sometimes you're getting it all the way to that bicep. It's going to be tough on the big guys. So this is a nice wide rib, big, neck's a little easier to fit in there. But like I said, we need a little extra. So let's say I need extra and I don't want to go that old school way. So as I'm sitting here, everything's looking good. Notice how I go from the mat to his head. I start sliding up. This guy's just got a little space in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start turning. All right, I'm going to start turning this way. As I turn this way, you notice how his arm is starting to cross across his body a little bit more. All right? And, let's see where I am right now. I was about, not quite 45 degrees, but I was about, halfway there. Or it was 45 degrees, not quite 90 degrees. So, as I rotate, his arm starts driving across his neck more and more and more and more, and that triangle gets smaller, 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 smaller. All right? And in a good way, too, we're talking about our base. As I get 90 degrees, my base, I'm not going to get rolled when I'm at a right angle. So as I start turning that corner, the biggest key here, guys, is keeping yourself from getting rolled. So as I'm coming here to it and not letting him escape. So my head, notice my head starts sliding up, temple to temple, keep coming, almost like cheek on his forehead, and I'm going to go all the way to 90, and that is what I have to do against skinny guys. And this even at my weight class. There's guys out there that are 6'6", 200 pounds that I need to turn the corner on. Maybe not all the way, it's like depending on who I'm going against. So, you guys do the triangle, right? Well, maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. Same idea, you know, Ryan Hall. In the old school triangle, you used to squeeze, pull, extend. New school triangle, you get something called an angle. And when you get an angle, look at my legs, watch the angle of my legs, shoot, that gets smaller. Same thing here, when I start turning the corner, your own arm gets pushed across your neck more, and that triangle gets smaller, 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 all right? So getting the angle is the key to choking out smaller guys. Or if you're, not necessarily smaller guys, skinnier, lankier guys, all right? So some of you guys might need to add that already. You maybe weren't having a lot of success with it. So add that to your game if you need it, all right? So give that a try, guys, especially if you're skinny. Add that a little bit. And like I said, maybe it's only 10 degrees off center. Maybe it's 45. Maybe it's all the way to 90, all right? You can see how that turns. Now, biggest thing, make sure you're head-to-head the whole time. I joke, but the best final position is almost putting your chin in their eyeball. Don't do that really, but you know what I'm saying? You're almost turning to your chin is on their face, all right? So let's give that a try if you need it. Some of you guys might, you know, stocker guys never need it. The big guys, the long, lanky guys might need it every time, all right?
1, 2, 3.
Guys, it's slow. There's no.
You're like a good gauge, but Stacy just got here. She said she'll come in.
Oh,
and
perfect.
dip, so she'll come down.
Perfect.
Dip.
Thanks, bud.
Yep.
Didn't matter. Nope. Didn't matter at all. That was.
For a while, then once you got.
It's that angle.
Well, it's a drive.
Yeah.
Rolling the shoulder down in the neck.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Y'all do that thing called jiu-jitsu? There you go. Grab that leg. Do it again. Ian, defend with your leg once. Boom. Keep walking around. Bring your head up. Tight, tight, tight. There you go. Nasty.
Put that little push. Engage that.
Yeah, that's another one of those finger in the dam.
At that point, if you guys want, I got a defense for that too. If they do grab their leg and I can't finish it, they're just doing a really good job of extending it. I've got a secret move for that too.
Ooh, I love secret moves. Bam. Funny.
Yeah, you got some guns, so you probably don't need it. I'll see you in the video. Yep, see you. No hurry.
No, that looks so tight.
Let this guy waste any energy he's got in a hopefully people attempt to escape.
Yeah, because even still, you just start walking that end of the shoulder over.
Even if he does grab it, he's like, okay, I'm not wasting all that energy. I'm just I'm here, okay, you do a little defense, you know, okay. He's sitting there going, getting half choked out now, still wasting energy, just trying to survive. You want to see that defense real quick?
Absolutely, I do.
All right, guys, now, let's take a look. The most,
Oop, circling.
guy does this more than maybe anyone. I've gone through also, I like Ryan Hall. He talks about what defense does he hate the most from a triangle, which maybe we could show later. But there's always a few defenses that will save you. All right, guys that put their hand in there, they call it answering the phone. That I call that putting the finger in the dent. Doesn't mean I won't do that, but it's not going to last long. I can pry that out. You're still getting cooked. I'll use my little hand, just keep prying that. I have a little arm bar there too that I work, so you grab that. But the real defense that does work a lot, and anytime I'm setting this up, the best thing you can do, you want to get me in this hand? So when someone gets me in this and I know I'm in trouble, what I will do, I'll do two things. First thing is, notice even my arm is here. If I go, like, now, if it's already in, you know, by the way, if you're, like, here, it's probably too late. So before it locks up, you know, he's driving my arm into my head. If I drive my head away, it almost kind of go away from him a little bit. Now lock my leg, arms around my leg and extend it. Notice how that gap opens up between my shoulder and my neck. And I'm almost giving up my back. Now, you know, in the old days, it'd be, okay, this is move two. Take the back, you're giving it to me. Yeah, exactly. Great. I'll take the back, that's fine, but I still want to finish that dang choke. So, if you're here, but right before I lock it up, you start going this way, running away, extending that leg. Look, I am safe. And this is the most annoying thing. Even more, some people like literally just give up the back and just keep running this way, and you'll lose it. But I'll take the back. It's not a bad plan B, but I still want the choke. So I'm, you know, after a while, I'm like, how do I finish this guy off? So I'm sitting in here, and the guy starts running away from me, and you can see how I'm starting to lose my choke a little bit, right? Now I have this kind of like little gable grip, not gable grip or an S grip here, and I've lost it, and he's kind of gone away from me. So, like I said, normally I just start looking for a back take, which is fine. So after a while, I just kind of, I'll relax a little bit. Here, you feel safe. You feel pretty safe. All right, what I like to do now is I actually like to re-chase him. Let's go back a little bit. So, he starts going away from me. What I'll do is I'll actually re-roll myself this way. Now, I'll go back down on the bottom, all right? Now, sometimes I can finish him on the bottom. And what happened right here, I will re-attack on the bottom. Now, when I lock this up on the bottom, you've seen the old school bottom version, right? Mm-hmm. Or he can re-sweep himself again, and this time, oh. And I'll just
Damn. Sure did try.
What we talked about a second ago where you can kind of like give up position to defend them. Kimura, you can roll through. Guillotine, same thing on a guillotine. As you get a guillotine, if you sweep yourself, that's the best way to get out of a guillotine, at least initially. So what I'll do is I'll re-chase him and go for the upside down version. So what happens, they'll run this way, and I'll kind of be safe. I'll kind of wait for a second to relax, and then I'll jump on top of him. As my body jumps on top right here, his arms across. So watch one more time. So I'm here. Now, I'll kind of wait a little bit, if they're really flexing strong. So what I'll do right here, loosen up just a little bit, like say you kind of like you feel confident, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slide it through deeper, I'm gonna roll through, right? Now I'm gonna try to lock it up. Now even here, where are you gonna go, Ian? Nowhere? All right, so I'm gonna try to lock it up right here. What happens is my body falls on its own arm as I sweep myself this way. And you can see how I have the bottom version. It's actually upside down, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Except I slide it through. I can lock it up here too. And you are dead to rights. And you're actually really screwed up because your own arm is crossed across your body. You can't really move much. All right? The only thing you can do is jump and re-sweep yourself. And then I'm back to where I am. He's trying to defend himself again. I'm just going to keep chasing him. Remember, I'm an anaconda. I sit there in my head and I picture an anaconda. Like every defensive effort you do is the energy you waste. And you're tired just from that, right?
Your body's fairly limp too, isn't it? Like
yeah, I'm really energy efficient. Yeah. The only thing is just the grip itself. Just keep that strong S grip or gable grip. And those gable grips are supposed to be super energy saving, right? It just hooks itself, and I'm fine. So